all the virtue signaling Disney has done has gained them nothing except for pain. And this is why you never give SJWs an inch. Once you go down that road at all, it doesn't ever stop. You've never done enough for these people. They always want more. They're always just going to be a hassle for you because they know that they can hold you hostage. And so that's why we will never equivocate to SJWs here on the channel. My name is John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling author. I am an award-winning comic creator, and I stand up for what I believe in, which is good conservative Christian values, and that is what we promote here on the channel, and that's what we make in our comic books. So I've got A High School Girl in the Crusades on Kickstarter right now. It's got 6 days to go. If you want entertainment free from the LGBT, WTF, whatever the acronyms are today, propaganda, this is the book for you. It is good. It's wholesome. It's PG. It's got maybe PG-13 because there's some decapitations. But, just good old-fashioned violence. That's all we got in here. But it's a lot of fun. We have another book that's paired with this called Deus Vult, which is my awesome epic fantasy from last year. If you want classic storytelling with real heroes, real values, this is the spot for you. Check that out. That link is in the description below, along with everything else I've got. All right. So we know that Disney was doing this whole virtue signal thing over the Florida bill, which is to say that children in 4th grade and younger should not be taught sex by random adults. Seems reasonable. I like the anti-pedophilia stance in Florida. It's about the most reasonable thing I've seen. I can't believe that's not already a bill to begin with. That's crazy that it's not. But that's not enough for the homosexual lobby. They want to convert children as young as 5, maybe even younger, because they're sickos. They're freaks. They're perverts. And this is what they want to force on everybody. And this is now clear in the agenda. Now, Disney caved to this by saying they're now donating a ton of money to whatever LGBT charities or whatever it was. That was the first step in their caving. The next step in their caving was they announced that they're going to have a gay kiss in a Buzz Lightyear movie directed and aimed at kids to force kids to watch homosexual sex on screen, because that's the goal here. That's the entire goal, is to have this grooming pedophilia bullshit forced upon everybody and their families full time. You can't get away from it. You see it on every screen. That's what these people want. And here it is. They got Disney employee walkouts, even though this is a thing. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Disney CEO apologized for it. And here it is. He speaks out. But where is Disney's gay fairy tale? Wait a minute. What? So what I see when I see stuff like this is I see that there's overgrown adults who have not come out of their childhood because I don't know what happened here. If you look at actually most of the homosexual population, they don't do studies on this anymore, but they used to. They came from situations of abuse. They came from situations where they're mentally ill. And this is exactly what happened. I know you're not allowed to say that anymore, but you know what? I trust the science personally. I believe in science, and I'm not anti-science. That's right. So this is something that that we have a whole generation of people who never really grew up, never really could get out of fantasy, never could differentiate between fantasy and reality. And the internet really perpetuated that, because the internet allows people to just completely shut their brains down, get into whatever nonsense they feel like. Of course, we have porn running rampant everywhere, which just makes for disgusting thoughts and vile perversion in, a lot of the population's heads at this point. It's really a terrible thing for our society. And so all they want is children's fairy tales where it's sexualized for these strange, deviant lifestyles at this point. That's exactly what they're trying to get going. And so Disney is, of course, caving to this because they're loud people. And here we are. We have a whole hashtag, Disney do better. Wow, Disney say trans. It's never going to be enough. Never going to be enough. And so here it is. They're just pushing over and over. And even though Disney is on their side, here's George Takei. I don't understand what they're even asking for. They're doing walkouts. They're harming Disney's corporate line. They're shutting down their theme parks, all because Disney exists in a state where, again, they're making a bill that's just saying you don't talk about sex to kids 10 and under. Very bizarre. So here's the walkout. Of course, here's their stunning and brave pride, and they're so excited. And this reminds me of an old Arrested Development meme, if you guys remember that show, where one of the characters went around and he wears cut-off jean shorts. It looks ridiculous. And he goes, "There are dozens of us!" And as you can see, their quote, giant protest has a couple dozen people. Nobody cares. And it's because nobody does care. This sort of thing is a waste of time. Children should obviously not be sexualized. Everybody understands this. This is ridiculous. This is just another instance of mentally deranged people who just want to destroy everything in our culture, that want to destroy everything that was built by a good family man like Walt Disney. You go back and look at Walt Disney. It's not the same world as we have today. It's really sad to watch, but it's never enough, and that is always going to be the message. Never give an inch to an SJW ever. Never apologize. Never do anything for them, because once you open that door, it never closes. And that is unfortunately where Disney's at. So I hope they sink their ship. I know that a lot of their family entertainment that they offer on Disney Plus, they start doing gay fairy tales and all that. I don't think it's going to go so well for them. I don't know. Could be wrong. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.